If you've ever looked around an airport and thought, how are people still doing this wrong? Same. So I pulled together 23 flying hacks I actually use, and I guarantee you'll find something new in this video. We'll be going over how to get the best flight deals, how to prepare for your flight, what to do once you're at the airport, and how to stay comfortable before and during your flight. My only wish is that I hadn't had to learn these on the fly during my past 16 years of travel. But lucky for you, I did the dirty work. And flying better all starts off with knowing how to get the best deals. And to get those, you've got to know where to book. Right now, booking flights for the best price is as simple as it's ever been. I mean, there are tons of third-party websites out there where you can book flights, but they usually don't have very good customer service and they don't necessarily have the best price either. Then there's the more old-school way of calling the airline up on the phone to book, but now that usually comes with an extra fee. No good. These days, getting the best flight deal is almost always as easy as booking directly on the airline's own website. But that does not mean you should use the airline's own website to start your search. In fact, before searching, you probably won't even know which airline's website to book on. So where should I search, you might ask? Well, there are all kinds of useful flight search websites out there, but the fastest and most useful of them all at the moment is Google Flights. To search for flights, just head to google.com/travel/flights and input your info. Then, when you find your favorite deal, go to that airline's website and book it. Booking insane flight deals has literally never been faster. You can also use Google Flights to search for more than one departure airport at once. So if you're, say, in New York, and JFK, LaGuardia, Newark, and Philadelphia are all easy to get to, why not search using all four? In the San Francisco Bay Area, flights might be cheaper from Oakland than from SFO. Easy enough, right? It's always faster to search using all the departure airports you'd be willing to fly from. But if you don't know where you want to go already, Google Flights has another cool integrated tool called Google Explore. Say you're thinking you want to fly to Europe, but you don't know exactly where. Put in your departure airport or airports and then just Europe instead of an exact destination. Now you've got the overview of all of the flight deals available. And if you're just looking around for now or don't find the perfect deal yet, just set a price alert. You'll be notified whenever the price drops on the flights or route that you're looking at. And by the way, quick public service announcement, there is no cheapest day of the week to book flights. Flight prices depend on dozens of constantly changing factors and they can go up or down at any time. Since there's just no way to know when flights might suddenly become cheaper, these price alerts are really key. Plus, when you're booking, the type of aircraft you end up flying on can make a big difference, even in economy class. It's fine to reference the airline's own seating charts, but for real insight into which seats are best, AeroLOPA is an awesome tool. It's free to use and gives you all kinds of insight into much more detailed stuff than just the seat layout. We'll go into seat selection later in the video and make sure to stay tuned for that because nothing can destroy your flight experience faster than being stuck in the wrong seat. And one more big flight savings hack that's often overlooked: do not sleep on award flights. Even if you're not a points expert, tools like Daily Drop Pro or Point.me let you easily plug in your route and find the best award deals across airlines. Sometimes it can even be cheaper to buy points and miles rather than pay the cash price that the airline is asking. And one other website to know about, though it's not quite free, is Expert Flyer. It's especially useful when you're looking to book business class seat upgrades or award flights that are very limited. It sends you alerts when premium seats open up, which often will happen because someone cancels. But no points? No problem. Between Google Flights and smart timing, you've still got what you need to find the cheapest deals. And when you get one of those deals booked, but somehow the price drops even further, all hope is not lost. In the US, the law says you can get a full refund back to your original method of payment within 24 hours of booking your flight as long as it's more than 7 days before your flight's departure. And a lot of airlines outside of the US have adapted to this rule too. So getting an even lower price can be as simple as canceling and rebooking. But once you've booked a great deal, there's still a lot more to hacking your way to the perfect flight experience. First off, always pack a backup change of clothes in your personal item. It doesn't matter if you plan to check a bag or not. Full flights can often lead to you having to gate check a carry-on bag. Plus, if your suitcase goes missing, at least you're not stranded in the same clothes for days on end. Having that change of clothes on hand is always key, but the same goes for anything you'll need in flight, really. Valuables, tech, a book, or whatever it is should always stay with you at all times. And when it comes to packing your bag, visiting around 80 countries has shown me that rolling your clothes and storing them in packing cubes is the best option. Roll it up and you'll avoid overly wrinkly clothes while maximizing your space. It might seem simple, but the beauty of this hack is that with a little effort, you can save tons of time and hassle every trip you take. Oh yeah, when packing, in addition to those cubes, always have a dirty laundry bag. Otherwise, those cubes can start to become a mix of clean and dirty clothes, which can become a bigger problem. But regardless of what exactly is in your bag, airlines are making billions off of oversized and overweight baggage fees. Most travelers have a general idea of what they're supposed to be able to bring on an airplane. But the truth is, these rules can differ widely from airline to airline. Whenever you book a ticket with an airline, check the baggage weight and size requirements too. And of course, your choice of luggage can make all the difference in the world of flying. Luckily, today's sponsor Level 8 has a great fix if you're looking to avoid all that baggage drama. The Level 8 Roadrunner Pro 20-inch carry-on is the kind of reliable bag travelers need right now. I'm pretty picky when it comes to rolling luggage. I mean, I've tested dozens of bags over the years, and most end up falling apart too fast, or look great online, but don't really live up to the hype. This Level 8 bag is different though. For a rolling bag like this, what you're looking for is the perfect combination of practicality and quality. The Roadrunner Pro 20-inch offers exactly that. It's built with sleek and solid German polycarbonate, exactly the type of material you want for lightweight durability. And as far as full-size carry-on rollers go, it's best to stick to hardshell options like this to combine protecting everything you packed while avoiding meshy materials that can easily get overpacked and magically cause your bag to become too big to carry on. The wheels are smooth, you get a nice looking TSA lock, plus there's a USB port that you can plug into your own power bank. This gives you the ease of charging on the go while avoiding having a non-removable power bank that many airlines no longer allow. The front laptop sleeve here is actually sized to hold just about any size of laptop in addition to other tech stuff like a power bank. Having this separate compartment well integrated into the suitcase makes all the difference when it comes to pulling out a laptop while going through security screening. There's also built-in water resistance, and it's got sleek and functional interior compartments in the main part of the suitcase. But perhaps the biggest plus when it comes to Level 8's Roadrunner Pro is that you don't only get a super functional and reliable carry-on suitcase. When you make your purchase directly from Level 8, you get a lifetime warranty with it that includes functional aspects including shell, wheels, handles, and zippers. This isn't something you see often. So if you're shopping for a carry-on that actually fits today's stricter rules and feels built to last, pick up a Level 8 Roadrunner Pro 20-inch today. Click the link below in the description to check out the bag on the Level 8 website. Huge thanks to Level 8 for supporting the channel. And now that we've looked at how to get the best flight deal and pack right before you head to the airport, let's get into some airport strategy. These days, most airlines have apps and will encourage you to download them. In case of cancellations, delays, or whatever else could happen, you may receive communication via their app. But that's not always the case. In addition to using the airline's own app, it's a good idea to have an app like Flight Radar 24 so that you can actually track your flight in real time. Often I'll find out about delays or cancellations well before an airline informs people itself. And the sooner you know there's an issue with your flight, the sooner you can be proactive. Whether that means reaching out to the airline before the rush that comes with a cancellation to rebook, or straight up canceling and booking with a different airline, tracking your flight in real time can be super helpful. And when you're heading to the airport, keep in mind that larger airports have more than one terminal, which can be pretty spread out. Many airports have a separate drop-off point for each terminal and even multiple public transport stops. If you happen to show up to the wrong terminal, it can take ages to get to the right one. Often terminals are not connected airside either, so if you ended up going through security, you could actually have to leave the wrong terminal and go through security a second time. No fun. I made this mistake in Taiwan last year and missed out on an extra hour in the Cathay Pacific Lounge. Don't be like me. And when it comes time to actually go through airport security, a little tip I've picked up along the way is to always send your main bag through the scanner first. That way, it's the first thing out on the other end to quickly repack everything else into. It might only save you a minute or two, but trust me, a minute or two trying to repack after TSA can feel like an hour. And one other essential airport security hack is to always have a small plastic bag for your liquids. Well, this one's getting pretty old here, but you get what I mean. At some airports in Europe, having your liquids in a small bag like this is actually mandatory. But even where it's not, it will speed up security screening by keeping all those liquids in one place. Plus, if cabin pressure on your flight starts to cause one of your liquids to leak out, this thing is a lifesaver. Nobody wants an entire bottle of perfume or lotion soaked throughout their baggage. These are just some of the many things to know when it comes to going through airport security though. So for the complete lowdown on how to get through airport security the smoothest, I made a full video for you to watch after this one. But once you've made it through security, it's time to take care of a few things. And the best place to do that is the airport lounge. You can get in via credit card, status, your business class ticket, or with a day pass. And even if you're not looking to hit up the free buffet, lounges generally have the cleanest bathrooms in the airport. Plus, staying hydrated while flying is top priority, and the best move is to always carry a refillable water bottle. Lounges nearly always offer a way for you to refill that bottle after security. That's not to mention airport terminals can be stressful, and lounges are a calmer place to wait out the time before your flight. But when you do make it up to the gate to board, the best approach depends on what kind of ticket you have, what status you hold if any, and your baggage. If you're on a regular economy ticket, it's probably not even worth it at all to line up right when boarding starts. Unless you're really worried about overhead space being limited, hang back and chill near the gate until there's no more line. Then your boarding experience won't have to include being stuck in a messy line, and you'll spend less time being crammed in your seat. But if you're flying business or first class and the airline is boarding those first, then it's a different situation and it's probably best to board first. So most of this flight stuff, when you get the hang of it, is pretty simple, but there is definitely an art to making your in-flight experience way better no matter how long you're in the air or how far back in the plane you're sitting. Let's go back to AeroLOPA for a second. This site shows you the actual seat maps for tons of aircraft, not just the generic layouts you'll get on the airline's website or app. Think of it as an insider seat map. If you're traveling alone, look up the plane you'll be traveling on and find the standout seats. Do some have more legroom? Are there fewer seats in some rows, or are some further from the bathroom than others? Sometimes moving forward or back just 1 or 2 rows can make a really big difference. But once you know which seats you might like to sit in, then you've got to head back to the airline's website and see which ones are actually open. And if you're traveling as a couple or a group, the strategy changes a bit. I usually fly with my wife, and we make a point of looking for rows with just 2 seats in them. Some aircraft have plenty of rows like this, but others don't have any at all. And then in between that, there are a lot of aircraft types that will tend to just have like 1, 2, maybe 3 rows of 2 seats somewhere. When that's the case, those rows can get booked up really fast. If they're gone, we usually just go for window and middle. But some couples like to gamble and go middle and aisle, hoping nobody will pick the middle seat. If the flight's not full, the middle might actually stay empty. If it's not, you can usually get away with swapping to sit together. Most folks won't fight you for the middle seat. But that said, I've definitely witnessed some awkward showdowns over this move. So if you're not in the mood to negotiate with strangers at 7 a.m., maybe don't roll the dice in the first place. And a quick one, but an important one here. Not all exit rows are created equal. Due to emergency access rules, the first emergency exit row often does not recline. But the second exit row, the one behind the first, usually does. So before you select your seats, zoom in on that seat map and make sure you know exactly what you're getting. And once you think you have it all figured out with seats, consider the children. Maybe you have kids traveling with you. In that case, know that most airlines will sit you with them for free. It's even a law in the United States. And if you've got a baby, longer flights will usually have a dedicated area for baby bassinets. But maybe you're like me and aren't traveling with children. Then you're probably going to want to stay as far away from them as possible on board. Don't select seats near the baby bassinet area, and double check the airline seating chart in real time. Some of them now show you where children will be seated. But just in case seats get mixed up last minute, always have some kind of sound protection with you. Sound isolation headphones are great, but earplugs will do. And one thing that's not talked about enough but can be really harsh while flying is airplane air. Cabin temperatures are unpredictable. It could be downright freezing or too hot. The best option is to bring breathable layers that you can take on and off easily. I always find a hoodie or sweater comes in handy, and the longer the flight, the more it's necessary. Plus, cabin air can get really dry, and drinking enough water on an airplane can become a task. Keeping your refillable water bottle close, the one you refill back in the lounge, can really help you out there though. You'll never find me on an airplane without a water bottle within arm's reach. This stuff really goes regardless of flight length, but for those longer flights, there's even more to know. So after taking dozens of long haul flights myself, I made a whole video for you about it. But as for this video, that's 23 flying hacks I actually use. If even one of these hacks save you money, stress, or a headache at the airport, give this video a like. Or send it to your friend who's still booking flights with a travel agent. And if you've got a go-to flying hack that I missed here, make sure to drop it down in the comments. Thanks for watching, y'all.